This program is live. We have no idea what is going to happen. We really don't. It's Mad River Valley Live, hosted by Eric Friedman, John DeLay, and Rye Young, along with a vast array of personalities that make up the fabric of our community.
I'm never going to get Ted's job, am I?
Guys are on.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Mad River Valley Live. This is our 7th episode. We're over the hump. We're heading towards the
We're in the back half of the season?
Right, we're in the back nine, so to speak,
Phew.
which is good. I can't believe it was almost March. We're here in the February holiday week. It's
Mountain's still open?
The mountain is, both mountains are skiing incredibly well. I've had an opportunity to ski quite a bit. What are you? Wasn't good enough for you?
No, I think the skiing's been great at both mountains.
You want to show those pictures?
Yeah, show some pictures.
Yeah, can you show the...
Show the head plant.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But show the one
That's the
before
head
it.
plant.
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5 photos in that segment, but you can tell who the guy is.
Who's the head plant guy?
I don't know who it is, but like you if you knew who he was, you'd recognize his face.
Yeah.
But a nice soft landing all over the place at both mountains. We have tons of snow. It's snowing again. Tony, show it. Like it's snowing here at Mad River. Normally it only snows at Sugarbush, and it's always sunny here. But it's snowing here.
You're getting
It's
sun
awesome.
showers. Sun showers.
And it truly is a packed powder paradise out there. It really is. Like eminently edgeable turns all
powder
over the hill.
pandemonium.
Packed powder pandemonium. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, really cool.
Somebody shook the
and
snow
people
globe.
are being treated to some awesome skiing this week. Town's busy, restaurants are busy. It's been an awesome thing.
You owe it to
People are
yourself.
happy.
So what else is going on at the mountains, gentlemen?
Ooh, big week. Big weekend coming up. We got a couple events going on here. The Story Ski event.
Which is awesome.
Yep,
Can you
second
explain that? I don't think people know what that is.
second annual Story Ski. It's sort of off of the Story Walk idea. And this is the same concept, but on the mountain. So we put out a bunch of storyboards. They're in place now, and they'll be there till about the 3rd of March. And this Saturday is the actual event where kids, families can come ski along, read the storyboards as they go, and then there'll be a little picnic, a little campfire, hot dogs,
Down at the birdcage?
hot chocolate. I think it's going to be on Robin Wren.
Yep.
So just above the birdcage there, but in Birdland. And then.
But this is pretty wild. Like,
Really
so
not
these
that
people
high.
are skiing through the woods. These little kids are
Yep.
skiing through the woods, looking at the various pages of the children's book. Which, if you think about it, not a lot of places in the world that people would be like, "Oh my God, these kids are going to hit trees and stuff," right?
I'm gonna come do it. Me and the
We
little
encourage
kids.
them to stop before they start reading, right?
Right. You can't just ski past and read. You got to
The
slow
font
down,
was really big.
absorb the info, and then go to the next storyboard. And this year's book is Over and Under the Snow, so it's really, pertinent to the
What's going on in the
environment.
ecosystem
Yeah.
Snow.
here? And
Yeah.
it's really. Oh, look,
Yeah.
Dave Roca just finally showed
Knocked
up.
down the window.
Yeah, the Sugarbush social media guy right on top of his game.
And then
That's
also
awesome.
Saturday is the second annual Rockefeller Challenge.
Which I'm gonna win.
Yeah. Also, no tuck zone this year. We took away the no tuck zone.
John Ayers leaves, and it's just bedlam here,
Yeah.
right?
So now the Rockefeller Challenge, John, is
This I know.
yeah,
you started
you
it
start
last
up
year.
there and you tuck down and see how far you can get up the bottom of Rockefeller's over there.
What's the? Have they made it past that tree line? That second
Oh, yeah.
tree line?
Pretty close, yeah, pretty close. That was about
There
where the
are
winner
people
was
that
last
get
year.
really into it, and I saw it last year when we did it, and they had the guy that he never let his skis touch the snow until he was ready to go. He was waxing like God knows
Waxing
what was,
right up to the-
and I don't even
yeah.
know if it was wax. I mean like Teflon or something on there. I don't know.
Real Clark W. Griswold.
And what's going on over at Shuggy? It's not just everything in Mad River, right?
Yeah, a bunch of awesome events. The big highlights, I think, we got the dog parade coming up, big popular one. So everyone dresses their dogs up in costumes. They do a parade.
So it just isn't like, does your dog look like you, or it's a costume thing?
Everyone's dog looks like them, and I love that.
I have a cat.
Yeah, we know.
There it is. There it is.
So the dog parade's a good time, big contest. And then the big event, one of our sort of highlight events this year, I think I talked about it last week, was our Protect Our Winners climate change forum that we're doing. So Saturday night with Protect Our Winners, which is a climate change advocacy organization,
Big thing on the back page of the Valley Reporter.
There you go.
You guys are spending
We're getting some
bank
press.
on marketing for this stuff.
Man.
Paying Hadley's salary.
Yeah.
Right?
You're welcome.
Where can you see that?
You can how do I call it? I can call to action to you, but I can't call to action to anything else.
That doesn't seem very fair.
It's going to be at the Gatehouse.
Yeah.
It's going to be live streaming.
It's being live streamed by other companies that happen to live stream other
Why don't we
events
just
that we're
get
sitting
Keith here? Like, Keith can just talk about
in.
it.
You can talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
About what, the live stream?
Yeah.
Just tell where it's at.
It's going to be cool though. We got Heather Fernan, who's the Vermont Conservation. I always get this name wrong.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, I don't know. I think Vermont Conservation Agency, Department of Conservation, Conservation Agency. It's one or the other. So Heather Fernand's going to be here. We got a POW athlete, Aaron Rice, who holds the record for the most human-powered vertical feet in a year.
Okay.
And then we have a climate scientist as well coming, and then Win Smith will be there. It's going to be a good time.
So you guys are going to have like a big caravans of SUVs bringing them all in?
Yeah, we have
Having them idling outside?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're powering the lodge on diesel that night. So
That's great.
to really emphasize. Yeah, so it should be cool. Hopefully it's not too doom and gloom. It's like, what can we do to sort of fight the good fight here?
Oh, good. And and conditions have been good? Mountain's been busy?
Conditions are good. Mountains
Fantastic.
are busy.
Yeah, best
not-
of the season so far.
Yeah.
So, and as we know, life in the Mad River Valley, it's not just about what's going on at the mountain, right? A lot of news downtown from what I hear.
I'm with you.
Hadley?
I see where you're going.
Let's see what's going on. The Valley Reporter's coming out, hot off the press, right?
Hey guys.
Hey. Oh,
Hey.
wait, you got to plug
Yeah.
in.
I gotta plug in.
Well, we're getting fancy here.
Fresh
aren't we?
scarf.
Hello, can you hear me? Hi.
I'm gonna read along.
Nice to see you.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Wait, you have a paper?
Yeah,
Everyone,
So
This is
everyone
last
gets
week's.
the
This is
paper.
last week's.
I
You're-
And I
didn't
noticed
buy the
it's
paper.
pretty thick this week.
Am I allowed to say
yeah,
that?
there's a lot of
You
news,
just took
and
it?
it's really kind of a Sugarbush sandwich. This paper.
Yeah.
We've got Sugarbush on the back, Sugarbush on the front.
What do we
Because
got on the
clearly
front?
whoever's
It's a
doing
real
the
Sugar
PR
Bush
for
world
Mad
out
River
there.
is not on
Oh, you
top
ran
of
the
the game.
story.
Who's doing PR for Mad River? Yeah.
Don't know.
Sugarbush Ski Patrol is awesome. They saved
story.
a man from cardiac arrest. He must have been skiing organ grinder or something, and
Or he ate the poutine and then.
He was actually in the lodge, I think, when this happened. I think he was in Waltz when this happened.
Wow.
yeah. Well, they used
Oh, this guy was
this.
in Waltz. Well, he was yeah, sorry.
They used this kind of
He's in the sled.
CPR.
Coming from Waltz.
Can you let her do her thing?
They use this kind of CPR called high performance CPR, which is very similar to normal CPR except less focus on the breath, more focus on chest compressions. So as I understand, they were coming down the mountain, Ski Patrol was taking him down the mountain in the sled, and someone was skiing backwards to watch him and check that he was responding, and then he stopped responding, and then that's when they did this high performance CPR, and it brought him back to life.
That's amazing. Sugarbush Ski Patrol, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool story. Definitely read about it.
Right.
Yeah, and so like the training that those guys through. I mean, working here at Mad River for years, you see like how much effort and time that they put into it.
Yeah.
And it pays off, right?
Yeah, here they are, right on the
Above
cover.
the fold,
Above the fold. Below the fold.
On the fold.
but below the fold.
But below the fold.
So we
Not
gotta get somebody to have a heart
such
attack
good news for
to get on the front
Harwood
cover.
employees.
You want good PR. That's him. He
We have a guest here, folks. Like,
Below the fold, there is a story about the RIFs that Harwood employees receive. So
reading is fundamental.
reading is fundamental so you can understand what RIF actually means.
Reduction in
Reduction in
force.
force. So 13 employees received RIF notifications. 11 teachers are being cut from the school district, and 2 are being cut from their positions and then reassigned within the school district. That happened on Friday, and
This will clearly add more letters to the editor for next week, won't
the
it?
Band-Aid has been officially ripped off. The middle school merger is happening, so
So if we want to find out about everything that's going on in Harwood and all that, this week's Valley Reporter,
right,
huh?
yeah, it's full of that.
Is there anything more fun coming up, like that's less controversial? Little fluff pieces?
I mean,
The dog parade.
The
sure.
dog
covered it on the
parade.
back. Mahuron's is restocking its shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to open on March 7th.
March 7th.
What day of the week is that?
Countdown.
Start lining
Saturday.
up, folks.
That's a Saturday. Good
Yeah.
deal.
Start lining up for your
Yeah.
specialty products.
I can't wait to have my gourmet almond butter back in my life. So
First world problems there.
That doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
Hey, social media guys, any questions for Hadley at all? Nothing? No one? Is anyone watching today?
Hold on.
Hey, Dad.
What's Schroeder up to?
Schroeder's out there. He's hot this morning.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, Kevin.
Monica Young loves you.
I love you, Monica.
But no one has any questions.
Cool.
Nothing
So,
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's the news. There's
Great.
more,
about-
obviously.
Yeah.
Not saying you should buy the paper or anything, but
How about this? How about this?
Oh yeah, this. Yeah, can we hold this up? That was a big deal, huh?
there seem to have been a lot of fires lately, and
I had nothing to do with it.
well, we don't know what started it, so there's
Are you calling arson?
the fire at the Wintersteiger office in Waitsfield was so bad when firefighters got the call that basically all they could do was save the building next door because the whole office was in flames, and they saved the garage. But I've been trying to figure out what Wintersteiger is.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Wintersteiger is the North
Yeah.
American distributor for for ski tuning equipment. I think it's the largest ski tuning manufacturer in the world.
There's
Is
our
that right, Rick?
resident shop guy.
And Wintersteiger, it was actually started by oh my God, who is it that started? Help me out, man. Stan Wollner. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Windsteiger?
Yeah,
Oh.
Stan
yeah,
Wollner started
Stan.
GrindRite back in the 70s or
Wind
80s, and
Steiger.
Al Russell was involved with it.
Steiger.
And then Wintersteiger ended up buying it. It's a really big business here, and I think it's kind of hidden. People don't necessarily realize it. And Al Russell was the actual founder of that, wasn't it, Rick? Do you
Well, he certainly sold it. He
Right.
made it a commercial success.
Yeah, so it's really cool, and it's another classic example of the kind of businesses that aren't necessarily tourist related, but they're very much ski related that have started here in the valley, and they're not alone. So it's a good
Right,
thing.
yeah.
So hopefully those guys will be okay.
Yeah.
And way to go, Waitsfield Facein Fire Department too, right?
Yeah, and they called in
Moortown.
Warren, Moortown, and Waterbury. So way
Everybody.
to go,
Volunteers.
all the fire departments.
Our cat driver couldn't drive the cat. He had to go do the. Yeah.
Right?
Well, we're going to read lots more in the Valley Reporter. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
We
thank
really
you
appreciate it. You going to
guys.
stick around and go skiing with us after?
Hopefully, but actually I have to work.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks so much, Hadley. It's great seeing
Hopefully,
you.
but no, I'm not gonna.
So we have a little behind-the-scenes video. You want
Yeah.
to set this up, right?
Yeah, sure. Everybody loves to see what goes on with the chairlifts. We do a lot of pieces on the base of the lift. Certainly, Midstation has gotten his fair share of attention.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. But this week's behind-the-scenes video focuses on what it's like to run the top of the single chair
Yeah.
with Tony
Marino.
Marino, who's been here for basically his whole
coon's age.
Yeah, his whole life,
Yeah.
essentially.
I thought that was only 7 to 8 years. There's an exact number for.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony's an awesome guy.
He's a great guy, former Marine,
You're
veteran.
never a former Marine.
Sorry, a Marine,
Yeah.
a veteran, and his stepfather worked here.
Yep.
Kenny, and now his son works here. So it's a real family affair.
Yeah, between them
Dynasty.
and the Irishes, right?
Yeah. All right, roll it.
Yeah, when you get snow and you can pack it in like that, by the end of the day, I just keep grooming it like this, and it gets that velvet, that nice velvet feel. Looks cool. When the sun sets on the back side, at 4 o'clock, all the lights and shadow angles change, so ramp looks cool. I love it. Makes the day go by on, our midweek when it's mellow, doing all right. When it's mellow like this is, just get out and move around. On a weekend, I'm outside catching chairs just to keep this thing running, I'd rather not have to stop it or slow it. Of course, back in the single, the hand throttle days, Rye, that was when it was fun, man. Me and Steve, we'd get into a lot of trouble with Kenny. My stepdad, he'd hear that, man, I don't know how, he couldn't hear very well, but he could hear that throttle being clicked up, man, and he'd be screaming at us, turn that down. Yeah, I definitely, back in the day, when that's all you did was stand outside. Me and Benji, 2 guys up top, you get with a skier at mid-station and you just make laps all day. This one lady got off this morning, she turns over her shoulder as her, I'd say, boyfriend, husband's getting off, and she looks at him and she goes, well, we got one option, the others will die. So they just laughed, they skied off and hit antelope. So just to hear how people that their first time who come here, some of the comments when they get off is pretty interesting. And they all ask, what's the best trail? I don't know. What's the best trail for you is different, you know, for me. So, but if you're gonna come to Mad River, the crown jewels up the hill. A lot of years spent on the mountain, a lot of Christmases. We always get all kinds of little packages and stuff. Chocolate chip cookies, chocolate, the good stuff. You know, watch families grow up, kids grow up, the relationships. Man, there's some really special moments on that. They're good training tools too, to let people understand what power the single chair has when you don't pick up your poles. This say here, never ever had a pole plant. Never one pole plant. First ride up, maiden voyage. Snapped in half. These were day 1, 3rd person. First day we opened, 3rd person up. Also brand new. It's all good. The mountain scene.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How are you today? I am well. Good to see you. What's going on, Parker? How's your day, man? Right on.
Wow, that was really good, Rye.
Thanks.
Nice work, man.
Thanks.
Up
He's
top.
a really great example of like the kind of guy that differentiates, the kind of employee that differentiates this place and really makes things special.
Yeah, he's super connected with the community. You know, knows that, as you saw, all the kids. He's like calling them out by name as they come up.
And super diligent. I mean, I think at the skiers generally, like they really are on top of their game, and it can be a little boring sometimes sitting up there watching the lift go round and round. But you know, when things happen, like with the ski patrol, you got to be on top of your game, and you have to be there. That's why they're there, and they are.
And
That's
thanks to
Absolutely.
people like you who keep supplying him with endless broken poles.
I was thinking about that. I was just like 3 of those poles. I think are mine.
Are you a big pole breaker?
Oh
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
For some
It's
reason,
not
he
good.
forgets that there's a mid station there every time.
But I mean, I've only been skiing here for like 35 years. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, you're breaking it on the lift.
Right,
You're not,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
So speaking of long history
Yep.
and skiing here for a long time,
Yep.
we are really proud to have a very special guest today. He is a long time. Hey, what's it say there?
What about me? Put me in, coach.
The creepy wrestling mask
Oh
guy
my
is
God,
back.
I thought we got rid of him.
Oh man, we love him. Well, Rick, it's hard to act to
it.
follow.
That's
huh?
a good Easter egg. Good
Independent
Easter
filmmaker, longtime Vermont ski history guy, Rick Moulton.
egg. Canadian tuxedo extraordinaire.
Yeah, and Rick is a longtime Mad River Glen skier. Was on the original board of trustees of the co-op.
That's true. I taught here
Rick, you gotta
under
put it
Dixie
right to your
Knoll for
mouth.
10 years.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Close to my mouth.
Yes, with
Teaching
Matt
with
in it.
Dixie Knoll for 10 years.
So you're a ski instructor as well.
I was, you know, it was about the right hours. Getting here at 10 o'clock for lineup was feasible. This,
Yeah.
milk run stuff was not happening
Yeah.
unless it was dumping.
So I heard the only reason you
I like
taught
that.
skiing was to cut lines.
Well, get my family skiing. And they're all real skiers now. The Moultons
Yeah.
won the family trophy.
Nice.
It's
Up there
awesome.
on
Yeah,
the-
and we're switching mics here.
Switching mics.
Yeah, so
Is this
Rick now has 3 generations of Moulton skiing here at Mad River Glen, right?
live? That's right. That's right.
Your son Eli and your grandkids.
I can't believe I'm the senior generation.
Yeah, and he's still ripping it up pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out there for
I
sure.
believe it. I believe it.
So tell me a little bit about how you got into this whole history filmmaking thing. Because you have quite a number of titles.
Well, I've made a lot of films, and many of them do relate to skiing. And I came and grew up, born and raised in Hanover, New Hampshire. So Dartmouth College and that ski off. ethos was really in my blood. And all the old timers who I saw who had begun the sport and told me these great stories were dying. This was back in the 1980. And I said, oh, geez, I got to capture that. So I made Legends of American Skiing, and that whole generation is gone. That really gave
And that was
us,
shown on PBS, right?
Yeah, it was shown nationally on PBS in 1984, and it's still shown nationally on PBS. It just had another run.
You were Ken Burns before Ken Burns,
Nice.
right? Like,
Well, that film came out the same year Ken Burns' first film, Brooklyn Bridge, came out. But
yours was better.
Yeah, skiing,
geez,
bridges,
skiing,
come on.
come on, you know.
And you also did the history of Mad River Glen, Spirit of a Classic, right?
That's right. That was, I think, on our
40th
anniversary in 1988.
88, yeah.
You know,
Remember that 80s, man, big party.
That's right.
You might have been there.
Well, and I think we'll try and get that film to this Circuit TV, so you guys can show Spirit of the Classic.
It's available on the Mad River website as well, on the history page of the website.
That's perfect. And, the other film that I made that really pertained to Mad River was Thrills and Spills in the North Country with Sewell Williams, who started Uller Lodge, which we know today as the Hideaway.
Yep.
And anyway, we're celebrating all that on Skiing History Day, which is
Next Saturday, right?
No,
a week
it's
from,
a week from tomorrow.
week from Friday, okay.
tomorrow.
Yep.
It's a weekday, so, and we have a $49 lift ticket for everybody who
believe
signs
that-
up online.
Yep.
Can you believe that, like, looking back in the day, that we would like $49? That's a great deal. And it is, though, right? It's like
Great deal.
back when it was
Celebrate history
$350
with
back in opening day, right?
Oh, gosh.
So tell us, you're really involved with the International Ski History Association, right?
Yeah, I'm on their board.
And I just want to show this here because I wore this just for you, right?
That's right. And we're
Ski Hall of Fame.
tied in with the Ski Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Do an induction
For
every
your
year
induction.
into the Ski Hall of Fame. This year's out in Sun Valley. That happens in the end of March. And we have a bunch of International Ski History Awards that go to some films and lots of books. And we do that every year, and people come from all over the world for those events. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I was thinking about this because I started working at Mad River in 1994 or 5 or whatever it was, and I kind of look back and we were looking at some of this stuff. And
Great
right, I mean,
paraphernalia.
great stuff. And I remember looking at this stuff,
Paraphernalia.
and I'm like, at the time it was in the 80s, and it wasn't really that old, and I realized I'm like, it's important to save this stuff.
It is.
Because
this is our heritage.
it's going to be heritage. And then when Rye brought this in, and I realized, I'm like, when you start bringing in vintage stuff like this that I actually produced, I'm feeling really old.
It's nearly 20 years.
But it's important that people don't realize, I think, what the history is, right?
Don't let it slip through your fingers. And, I'm involved with the Vermont Ski Museum, and we've got the New England Ski Museum, both of those museums will be here next Friday.
New England Ski Museum is over in Franconia, New Hampshire.
Right.
Jeff Lake is the director there. Amazing.
He'll be here, they're right at the foot of Cannon. But, we're also going to have this world-famous historian talking about Roland Palmetto and how he started not only Mad River, but he also started Stowe. And then he packed
And the
up
women's Olympic ski team.
1936 women's Olympic ski team.
And in between decided to fly in a couple of wars, right?
The only person to fly in both wars as a combat pilot.
And live to tell.
And lived to tell the story. But
Nice caveat.
He was really a squadron leader during World War II. And we're going to have some of his letters back to Stowe, where he's hearing about how CV Star has actually gone into competition with him. And he's going, well, maybe we better look for another mountain that we own, that we don't lease from the state. And so, that whole story will be told.
And what's interesting, because I've been at the ski museum over at Cannon, and they were talking about how, looking at those letters, and they were on USS Yorktown letterhead.
That's
like,
right.
He was like on the aircraft carrier writing letters about skiing. I mean, it's really amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And, because it's not electronic, we still have the print letters. And we'll have some of them right here for you to see. And I guess the other thing I'd mention is that when they first came back in 46 and were looking around, there's another location that was sited, mapped, and everything. We'll have the original maps, and I'm not going to disclose that location.
Ooh.
So you have to come
next Friday
to find out where they were going to
It's
put the mountain
Mount
until
Ellen.
they changed their minds.
No, that's
Down the
really
line,
cool. You've done like I said, tons of different ski things. You've interviewed lots of people. You have your most recent film is about Lil Thomas, right? Who has a huge skiing history. Of all these people you met, like what's the most surprising or interesting interview? Hey, let's leave it to the skiing people. Like,
Yeah, we won't count the Dalai Lama or
Yeah.
Tom Brokaw.
you played golf with the Dalai Lama, didn't you? Big hitter, the Lama, huh?
Right, he's a pretty funny guy.
Yep.
Good one.
No,
Gunga galunga.
there were so many greats, like Dick Durrance, these legends from the 1930s. And, I look back at those interviews and I'm just so glad we caught them. Charlie Lord, who laid out this single here at Mad River and the one at Stowe. Just real, icons that are gone, but you can see them in the film, and that's real cool. Sewell Williams, who is right here at
Ken
the
Quackenbush
Lounge. Ken
Yep.
was a great guy, and we love him every time we ski Cracky Woods.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's really cool. Anything else you want to add while we still got you here?
Well, come and meet some people who were some of the greats. We're going to have Mary Kerr here, who wrote the book on Mad River.
Yeah,
We're
this
going
one
to
right
have,
here.
People who really can give you wonderful stories firsthand. There'll be. It's a great time to come to Mad River and ski. And I'd also say for those people who are signed up, you can qualify. I think we're going to try and do the gold, silver, and bronze medals that the ski patrol watches you come down to make sure
The no
it's a
stop, no fall.
stop,
Yeah.
no fall, all the way down the mountain, and you can pick the degree of
That's cool. That's
advanced,
pretty
intermediate, or beginner
Old
to come down. But
80s.
as long as it's no,
No
stop,
stop, no
no
fall,
fall,
yeah.
you get one of these wonderful pins.
Maybe it went into
That's
the
cool.
90s too.
Well, Rick, thanks so much for having
Love
us.
it.
We really
Classic.
appreciate you coming.
Thanks,
Hey,
Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Appreciate it.
Actually, Rick, why don't you hang out a little bit because we're doing a new segment today, and it's the top 10 list. You got our little top 10 graphic and everything. I don't know. Make sure you know what you're doing over there, Keith.
It's very safe by the belly.
So
that
today's top 10 list is things that happen that make you say only in the Mad River Valley. Okay. So number 10, you can read that off to us.
Use your microphone.
When your auto mechanic also makes kombucha and has a growler filling station, a growler filling station in the shop,
Then you know you're in the Mad River Valley,
You
right?
know you're in
you
the Mad River
know
Valley.
you're in the Mad River Valley.
Yeah, Jason over at Full Circle Auto. You go in there. He doesn't always like to do your car, but he'll gladly
Fill
serve
up
up
your
some
growler.
kombucha. Number 9, Ryan?
Number 9, sure. When you go to the supermarket and you end up parking next to a meat smoker, you know you're in the Mad River Valley.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
Do they pay for that parking spot?
I was totally
I've wondered
wondering
that
the
too.
same thing.
Yep.
How is this possible?
And then the other thing too is like when you open your door, do you like dent it?
We're
And,
literally fighting for parking spaces there.
Yep.
And there's a smoke, what's going on?
yeah. Top 10, number 8.
Number
Number
8.
8, why you know you're in the Mad River Valley.
When you find a gas station where you can buy gas, donuts, and folk art lamps, you know you're in the Mad River Valley.
Your village grocery.
That's
It's
right.
Crazy, right?
Great folk art lamps.
Number 7, when you can borrow a happy light at the library, you know you're in the Mad River Valley. Verilux, right here in town,
Verilux, yeah.
sells those happy lights, keep you good during
on Airport Road.
during the long winters, and you can get those among like power tools. Did you know that you can get like power tools and other things at the library?
At the library.
It's really cool.
I have a
Number
happy light in
6,
my office.
And you can rent them, right?
Yes.
Right there.
for free, Rick.
When you can walk to 3 brewery tap rooms within a half mile, you know you're in the Mad River Valley.
You can literally throw a rock from one to the other, right? Between Collaborative, Lawson's,
market
and
is
Cousins
not yet
over at the
saturated.
Smokehouse. You know?
I think we could probably
Stop.
host like 2 more brewery tap rooms in this
Yeah.
valley.
You know, I went to Collaborative for the first time. It's cool.
Did you notice at Collaborative the screen with the guy with the fire?
No.
You did notice that?
What screen did you get?
You have to go in and check it out and see what it is. You see what I'm talking about.
I was looking at the pinball machines.
Number
mostly.
5, pinball machines.
All right, number 5. After a ski accident, you get picked up by an ambulance staffed by volunteers. You know you're in the Mad River Valley.
Right, one of the only all-volunteer ambulance
volunteers.
services.
Mervis,
And I'm
yeah.
going to put out a plug. I don't care what you say. They're a nonprofit. At town meeting, to this year, folks. Please support the Mad River Valley Ambulance Service and vote yes for them, right?
Yay, let's hear it.
Right? Number 4.
So if it's non-profit, we can plug it?
Yeah.
So we can plug all the non-profits?
Yeah.
Great.
Plug us.
While we're
did-
young,
we did.
while we're young, John.
When you have 2 airport roads in the area, and both of them are dirt roads that never have traffic. Now, let me just say.
It's not like going to Logan, right?
Yeah. Let me say I live on one of those airport roads, and the DeFriest farm, they're always driving their farm vehicles up and down.
So there is a little traffic.
It's a little, and I'm annoyed. Yeah, there's one truck every half hour. It's
I'm sure they really care that you're annoyed. Number 3, Rick.
Oh, number
neighbors.
3.
those damn neighbors.
When it takes 40 minutes to get to the nearest McDonald's, you know you're in the Mad River Valley.
Yep.
That's a good thing too.
Number 2.
I mean, I like McDonald's.
Yeah, sure.
But
When you walk into a store and you see a woman with a unicorn on her head and no one bats an eye,
You know you're in the Mad River Valley.
you're definitely.
Yeah, Yvonne at the collection and her people there. If you've ever been into that store, they have more fun in that store than anyone has a right to have. And it's true. It has the unicorn near every day. Keeping it fun here in the MRV, right?
Yeah.
And the number 1, can we get a drum roll? The number 1 reason where you know you're in the Mad River Valley, when there's a fire at the supermarket and the liquor store opens before the supermarket does, you know you're in the Mad River Valley.
That was good. That was a good one.
So our top 10
That was
list-
handwritten. You just came up with
Yeah,
that. That was a
like
great one.
I'm so brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I get the big bucks, my
Yeah,
friend.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue.
It is.
Want to
Our
talk about it?
Mad River Valley moment of Zen.
Yeah.
Filmed the other day. For those of you who don't know, Mehuron's is open through the back, access only. The liquor store is selling booze. Rejoice, Mad River Valley. And here's your moment of Zen.
Hey, put your guns away, boys. It's Corey, it's Trevor. You want to have our guns out? Yeah. Just for Kara. This isn't going on the internet. You always have your guns out. What's going on here? Hey, Rick, can you get your boy under control here? Hey, Romes, can you get that guy with the microphone under control here?
Yes, please.
2664.
All right, guys, and here's to Mehuron's opening up on the 7th. It's going to be a good day.
This is the last liquor we have until
Cheers.
then.
Thanks, Rick. See you next week, folks.
Old Crow, huh?